5 books or book series that are on my Roman Empire list. Starting off with the series that I think will forever be on this list, Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. Not just the first book, the entire series. Honestly, it's just amazing. It deserves every single ounce of credit and hype that it gets here and everywhere else. But I also think at the end of it all, it is such a good story of how small acts of kindness can build up and create this really, really beautiful story, and how you might not even realize the little actions you're doing are going to create something along the way. Blacklist by Elsie Silver, yes, it's a cowboy romance, but it's also one of the first books I ever read where I felt seen in the female main character. I read it for the first time in December of 2023, and I read it start to finish in one day. And Winter Hamilton really was one of the first book characters I ever really saw myself in, and that was really important to me then, and it still is really important to me now. And then on a similar note, Play Along by Liz Tom-Forty. I read this for the first time in 2024. I've since reread it multiple times, and I relate to Kennedy, the main character in this book, even more than I relate to Winter. The MMC in this book, Isaiah, also reminds me a lot of my husband. I think that combination is something that I don't see a lot in books. Sometimes I can see him in some characters, I might see a little bit of me in a character, but to feel really represented by a female main character was really nice, because I feel like I have a personality that doesn't relate to a lot of characters or a lot of book characters, where I very much married a golden retriever man, and I can see that in a romance book quite often. Third, Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop, specifically on audio. Gilmore Girls is my ultimate comfort show, my ultimate favorite show. I've watched it pretty much every single day since I was in 6th grade. I am now 23, if that gives you any context. I honestly couldn't love Kelly Bishop more, and I loved so much hearing more of her life and her stories through her own voice. And then the first 2025 addition to my Roman Empire list is Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. It is quite simply the most romantic book I've ever read, and I cannot get it out of my head. I think about this book every single day, and I am so excited to chat more with you guys about it since it is now out in the world. This is not my entire Roman Empire book list by any means, but I do think that these are the highlights and the ones that I talk about most often on this page. So let me know if you've read any of these books, and let me know what your Roman Empire book or series is in the comments.